Republicans, your supposed savior is just a bully.
I will go Jersey on you people.
New Jersey's Chris Christie, the perfect man for the party that cheers the death penalty and boos gay soldiers. I'll talk live with a New Jersey teacher who had the guts to go toe-to-toe with Governor Tough Guy. Welcome to Politics Nation. I'm Al Sharpton. Tonight's lead, Republicans, meet your dream date.
Hey, Gail, you know what? First off, it's none of your business. I don't ask you where you send your kids to school. Don't bother me about where I send mine.
Can you guys please take the bat out on her for once?
And you know what? And you know what? And you know what? Let me tell you this. You know what? It's people who raise their voices and yell and scream like you that are dividing this country.
You must be the thinnest skinned guy in America. Because you think that's a confrontational tone, then, you should really see me when I'm pissed.
Yes, Republicans, that's your dream candidate. The man who says, quote, take the bat out on her. That's who you want representing this country. And you're not the only ones. Everyone from David Koch and Roger Ailes is reportedly asking him to get in. And while he says he's not running, he's certainly being a bit of a tease. Look, like all of the compassionate conservative Republicans, he's making the GOP pilgrimage to the Reagan Presidential Library. Tonight, he'll give a speech there called Real American Exceptionalism. But let's take a look at his view of American exceptionalism. It means trying to cut $500 million from Medicaid last year. It means vetoing a tax increase for millionaires that would have generated $637 million for his state, all while cutting $819 million in state aid to education and laying off 3,000 teachers. This is the man that they're saying could come in and save the party. The guy from Texas didn't work. Michelle Bachmann, whoosh, evaporates. So bring in the tough guy from Jersey. He's compassionate. Look at him beat up on teachers. He cares about people. And just imagine him at the UN telling people how pissed off he is. And if you argue against this guy's policies, here's how he'll respond.
First of all, I have not lambasted the public school system in the state of New Jersey. So if you'd like to conduct a respectful conversation, I'm happy to do it. If you don't, please go and sit down and I'll answer the next question. What's your choice?
I'm running for state assembly in the 16th.
Joining me now is New Jersey State Senator Richard Codey. He's the former Democratic governor of the state, and New Jersey teacher Marie Corfield, the woman who confronted Governor Christie at that town hall. Thank you both for being here.
Pleasure.
Let me start off with you, Marie. Governor Christie's being touted. He's being, by any number of people, called upon to run for president. You and he had a now famous or infamous, given one's view of it, confrontation. Tell us what happened.
He had a town hall meeting across the street from where I work, and he holds his town hall meetings during the day so that most working people can't attend. I just happened to be on my lunch hour. So I walked across the street and I confronted him about the awful things he was saying about New Jersey teachers and public schools.
Now, you're a teacher.
Yes, I am.
And you, of course, you spent most of your life as a radical running around harassing governors and chasing people and all of that, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm saying that facetiously
right.
So people understand you're a very reasonable, middle-class teacher that just wanted to know why he was saying these horrible things about people that have been the backbone of American education.
Right.
And his
exactly.
response.
He denied it. He denied saying anything bad about public school teachers. But, you know, I read the papers every day.
So he just, in a very reasonable and diplomatic tone said, no, that is not the case. My dear Marie, hold my hand. Let me explain to you what I'm doing. Is that how he denied?
No. He was, he had his usual aggressive tone. And, I wasn't going to get a word in edgewise. He did have the microphone. But it did, as a result of that confrontation, I'm here now. I'm running for state assembly.
You're running for state assembly. So he did inspire you to try and show what elected officials ought to behave like.
Yeah, and other teachers that I talked to afterwards, when the Democratic Party approached me to run, they said, "You have to do this. You have to do this. We need somebody in there to be a voice for us because we're not." We're not horrible people. We're not using our students as drug mules. The majority of us, the overwhelming majority of us, are going to work every day doing a great job.
Governor Codey,
yes, sir.
The last of the candidates, it seems like the Republican Party can't jumpstart their alternative to President Obama.
Reverend, you said about their dream candidate.
Right.
When you and I were younger, we had these dream girls.
Right.
They didn't turn out to be dreams. Am I right sometimes, sir?
Well, let's put it this way.
You never know when you open the box.
They were great until we woke up. Dreaming
I'm not gonna go
and waking
there, right?
up is two different things. But let me say this. This is a man, you have been governor of the state of New Jersey. Part of his national reputation is bullying people. I mean, let's face it.
In your face, confrontational, no question about it. That's his style. He likes it. He thinks it plays well. So if, in fact, he runs, and we don't know that right now,
Right.
But he's doing a great job of dangling this thing out, and playing
well, look
press.
at he's going all over. I'm going to show you in a minute the tour he's on. But let me say this: given the economy, I mean, let's talk very seriously here, Marie and Governor Codey. The 9.1 unemployment, given the economy, in terms of we don't know where and how we're going to get the turnaround we need. We're involved in 2 or 3 wars. Do we need a bully as the president? I mean, is this guy ready for prime time? I bring to you, Governor Codey, my first witness, Chris Christie. Let him tell you whether he's ready.
You got to believe in your heart that you are ready to walk into the Oval Office and to lead the nation. And I don't feel like I'm ready. I don't feel ready in my heart to be president. I don't feel like I'm ready to be president. I simply do not have the desire to do it, nor do I think I'm ready.
I mean, how many times does he have to say, Roger, Al, Mr. Colt, he's not ready. He says he's not ready. What are you doing to us?
So if he does, there's going to be a whole lot of crow being eaten, Reverend. But look at the tour he's going on nationwide. It's not the first time. And he kind of plays with the press. He says, no, I'm not really running, but does actions like this that would say to you and I, okay, that he is in fact running. So it's time to fish or cut bait. You're running or you're not running, and stop the con game.
Well, let me show you this, Marie. He's going. Now, mind you, the state of New Jersey has been in a serious crisis since Hurricane Irene. Yes. They're arguing about FEMA funds, and they're arguing about how to deal with the damage done in your state. But look at where the governor is. He's doing fundraisers in Missouri, fundraisers in California. He's not only doing the California, the Reagan Library, he's going from there to do a fundraiser for Meg Whitman. Then from there, he's going to Louisiana, to Baton Rouge for Governor Jindal. I mean, for a guy that's not ready, he's doing a whole lot of national touring. And for a guy whose state needs those FEMA monies, he seems to be way out west somewhere.
Yeah. Yes, he does. But the thing is, Reverend, that in some of these fundraisers, he's raising money for other people. And the other fundraisers, he's raising money for his party in New Jersey to defeat people like me and myself.
Right.
So it's twofold purpose that he's doing.
So he's raising money in some cases for other Republicans, who, if he ran, would of course be supportive. And he's raising money to make sure that people like you in his home state can't deal with having a voice for teachers and for some of the things that I said, the cuts that we showed that he's made.
Right.
And this is the last of the guys that they want to, or ladies, they want to roll out as the new promise of the Republican Party.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Perry didn't make it, if Bachmann didn't make it, so maybe it's going to be him and Romney. And you know, Running for president is a full-time job. How can you possibly be the governor of a state as large and significant as New Jersey and at the same time be running for president? So, I mean, I think he's being disingenuous at best, Reverend.
Well, I think, I don't agree with his policies. I don't agree with a lot of what he says. I've met him. I think he's probably a decent guy. But I agree with one thing. He's not ready. He said that. I just showed it to you over and over again. You're not ready. And I don't think we're ready for you. Governor Richard Codey and Marie Corfield, thanks both of you for joining me tonight.